Who do you think would win in a boxing match? Alyssa Violet or your ex-girlfriend Erica Costello? That sucked, bro. That was one of the hardest things I've ever seen in person.
This whole Vegas trip. We went to Vegas yesterday. By the way, welcome back to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, we went to fucking Vegas yesterday. What a huck. I am not feeling great, guys. Not feeling, and mainly because I lost $30,000.
That was just tragic. T Woods, we had him on as a guest recently. And,
yeah, you guys know Tyron Woodley. Okay, so I started with $500.
Yeah,
won $20,000.
Balling out.
Bet it all on Tyron Woodley.
Everything's going well.
And then
lost all of it.
Not only did he lose, and I don't want to say anything because T Wood's a legend, bro. But it was almost like he didn't show up, bro.
No.
What the other guy? What would you say?
Nah, I don't know, bro. He's just.
I mean, watching that fight last
saying,
night, that was not the Tyron Woodley we're used to seeing, was it?
No. What did he say?
He was saying that he fell off from the jump on that fight. He said you were telling me, but he in his post conference he was saying that he wasn't in his element the whole time.
Well, what's worse,
you could tell.
After I lost that money, I tried to do the classic. I'll just bet more money and win the money back, and I lost $9,000 more.
The dumbest thing, he goes to me, I figured out, man, the easiest way to win your money back at the casino is just understand if you keep playing, you'll win your money back. I go, bro, that is quite legitimately the exact opposite. The longer you stay in the casino, the more money you're going to lose. He just keeps taking it.
Yo, guys, we do an extended Q&A with the guest after the visual is done. We got a sick fucking guest today. So hit that subscribe button and listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, we are the #1 podcast in the world that is statistical data, undeniable truth.
Science.
Guys,
algorithms.
I want to introduce our guest. He's a guest. There's not a single human being walking this planet that I love more than him. He's got a collective 50 million followers. He's an ex-Disney star, an actor, a rapper, a boxer, and one of the biggest stars on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my brother, Jake Paul.
Is he going to come in?
Jake.
I think he went to the back.
Oh, shit.
Hey, guys.
Hey, he's over here.
I wanted to be different than all the other
Hey, do it different, man.
Your carpet smells down there.
Dude, I cannot tell you.
You guys got to clean that carpet up.
You know what we should clean up is the mic that you're on. That's the Riley Reid.
Infamous Riley Reid mic. Never been cleaned.
Yeah.
How you doing, guy?
There it is. Yo, thank you. I'm stoked to be here. This is dope.
Really?
Yo, I just want to say something right away, man. I feel like people watch these podcasts. And they skip around. Don't be that person, guys. We're gonna get juicy today.
Oh yeah.
I need you guys to lock in with me right now, okay?
Tell them.
Lock in. Don't just press the 10-second fast forward thing until you want to hear some tea.
When you say those things, talk to Andre.
Is that my camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure. So yeah, your camera specifically is Andre's.
Yeah.
I see some clips from Instagram on my Instagram Explore page about this podcast, and you're all going to hell.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. What have you seen? That's dope.
Well, girl deep throating this mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you smell it? Like the carpet?
No, yeah, the carpet smells. And yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this.
Yo. I don't even know where to begin with you, guy.
Same.
So many things to talk about because I've known you all of your life and most of mine. Where do you want to start, bro? I mean,
Is there anywhere you want to start?
you just released a song. Here, check this out. You guys may have heard the song. It's called "I'm Single." It goes like this.
I'm single.
Hey.
I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm single. Now available on Spotify. Please save it. Save it to your Spotify playlist. We're not working out.
Yo, so that's dope, bro. Congrats. It got 4.1 views. It's number 11 on trending. Must be nice to be on the YouTube trending page again, huh?
Yeah. No, it's nice.
Yeah, how does that feel?
It's been a minute for us.
For you guys. Yeah, it was actually a long time for me too. It feels good.
So why has it been a minute?
Why?
Yeah, what's been going on?
I think my videos just weren't on the trending page. Well, here's the thing. Let's talk about the trending page first of all. These are staff picks. These are YouTube staff picks.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say They claim they have an algorithm, I feel like. But
no, I don't think they claim on the, I think it's pretty well known that on the trending page,
The
they're
staff
hand
picks.
selected. Shane Dawson actually tweeted about it. He was saying,
I don't know.
he
Whenever
doesn't
I
know-
talk to them, they like are very adamant about that.
It's
not
based on
that.
watch time and
Yeah.
like the view. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny because when I saw I'm Single for the first time, I saw that video and your brother showed it to me right before it came out. I was like, yo, this is bomb. I was like, yo, this is a really solid track. It's a
you,
great
bro.
video. I was very pleasantly surprised. You made it up to what, like number 3 or 4?
On trending. Yeah, I was number 3 on trending. We put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it.
Yeah,
like,
dude, you shot that shit for 4 days or so, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you made a funny tweet. You said, you make every day, bro, in what, like a collective 4 hours?
Yeah, we
And it gets like 250 million views.
Yeah.
And this one took 4 days and it's at 4 million.
Yeah. I feel like that's the way things work though. Like I was saying it in like a joking manner because it's like sometimes just magic happens and it just goes poof, you know? And then sometimes like even on the YouTube videos, like sometimes like I did this video, helicopter trampoline, got a helicopter, put a trampoline under it, jumped on it over the ocean, jumped off the trampoline into the ocean. There was hot girls. There was all this stuff going on. It's like, it got like 3 million views in like 5 days. And then I like do some dumb like clown video and it's like 40 million views.
I think it has to do a lot with thumbnail. Like, you know that.
Yeah.
And you know what I found, not to get like crazy technical, and again, you know this, I'm kind of just preaching to the choir, but thumbnails where things are long are hard to make look cool. And when you have to fit a helicopter and a trampoline
Yeah, it's a
dangling
lot of
50
stuff.
feet below
Yeah.
it doesn't look big. It's not really aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, the thumbnail's got to pop.
But this music video I feel like is going to be a slow burn. This could take off at any second. Now I have a question. It's called I'm Single. If you get in a relationship, will you delete the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question. Simple answer, but here's another question. I talked to Logan about this. Is there a chance there could be a remix called I'm Taken?
I'm taken.
I've been going to the movies, buying lots of popcorn, touching your arm.
Any chance?
I'm
No, I don't know.
No? All right.
You did a Gucci. You
Something
did a
to think
Gucci Man
about.
remix on
Yeah,
every day, bro.
I did a remix on the song. I feel like when remixes are appropriate, I'll do one. I mean, if it blows up, there could be a remix. We were talking about maybe doing like one where you were on the.
Oh yeah.
Is that,
Yeah, I feel like
you guys are
A
talking
Paul
about
Brother
that?
music collab needs to
Massive,
happen.
massive.
A Paul
Needs
Brother
to.
music collab needs to happen. We've been talking about it. It's in the back of our heads. So for the Low Gang Paulers, just know that it's gonna happen.
But it's,
Yeah.
there's no like plans right now though.
I think when it happens, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be like that magic that when the time is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I got a full like 2-year plan though for my music career. Like that's gonna be the staple of my shit though. And do you have a plan? Or are you just gonna drop some more singles called I'm Single?
No, I definitely have a plan. I'm working with like a lot of dope people on the back end that are like super.
You allowed to say who?
Yeah. I'm allowed to say.
You got
it. Yeah,
one-
I mean, I just don't like to I don't like to ever name drop. But
Well,
yeah.
let me flex for you. I mean, Boy Wanda has been producing a lot of your stuff, and he's Drake's like right hand man. He's one of his main producers. He's probably one of the best producers in the world, actually.
Yeah, he just won a Grammy. He's an amazing person, amazing producer. Like I've already learned so much from him. But yeah, he's been like kind of taking me under his wing. And it's been like such an amazing experience. But yeah, he's done like all of like Drake's biggest songs. Like he just like really has his finger on the pulse. But he started in a basement with Drake, like just like cooking.
Oh, for
up,
real?
Like,
Damn.
Yeah, on the beat. So he's like day one. But he said to me, he was like, yo, you remind, not, he didn't say you remind me of Drake. He was like, you guys were in a similar situation. Like Drake was like, I want to do music, but he was just like an actor on Degrassi, and like no one was going to take him seriously. And like all YouTubers who like want to make music are in that same boat, and you have to kind of like overcome that, like, where people are like, oh, you're a YouTuber. Like even on some of the comments on I'm Single, they're like, oh, like when a YouTuber like tries to make a song, but like it's that thing you have to overcome.
Yeah, and I this is a theory of mine. So, you know this. We've been making videos since we were fucking 10, right? And we're 20, in early 20s right now. We have already logged our 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
We know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we've done it. With music, not the same. We're just getting started with this stuff. So, there is going to be that learning curve.
What's the difference? Is this the first track that you've worked on with people like that, of that caliber?
This is the first one that I've put out.
Now, you got a lot of shit, though.
I have a lot of music in the stash, and but for me right now, it's like figuring out that roadmap and that plan for the music, and then just like finding my sound and perfecting it, and figuring out where I want my lane to be within music. But yeah, I've worked with like some pretty dope people in the music space, but definitely like have been working with Wanda the most and crew.
We have a lot of conversations, obviously off camera, stuff that never makes it to the light of day on YouTube, and that's part of the reason I like the show, because we can talk about things in a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
Can you explain Boy Wonda's rationale when it comes to him not putting a Boy Wanda watermark on his songs, like a DJ Khaled or Mustard on the Beat?
Does he not say anything?
I don't think he does, right?
Yeah, so I asked him about this because you hear like murder on the beats, and like you have all these producers that have their tags on there, but his answer to that was like, eventually that just gets old and it's not like cool anymore to like have your tag on there. And music, he said, music's like a timeless thing. So like in the long run, like, will he want his like name like plastered all over that like 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Will it be cool for producers to have tags?
Do that,
And yeah, it's just like not his thing.
No, and he's stuck around for a minute. I mean, this is the dude who did God's Plan, Know Yourself, 0 to 100, Lucky You, Work by Rihanna. I mean, the list goes. I could do this for an hour, but
Best I Ever Had, which was Drake's first radio song.
Jesus, dude.
Did he produce I'm Single? No, right?
No, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Produced by Wanda.
So how's he feeling about all this? Like, does he? Are you guys gonna work on more tracks?
Yeah, is he on the
moving
ride?
forward?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're already working on new stuff. And yeah, he's in it, but like what with him and I, like we just became like really good friends. Like we hit it off, like, and that's where I think the relationship like started. And like I look at him as like a big brother, and like that's what's so dope about it. It was like when we work together, it's like so natural and organic because we're friends and like we get along. And yeah, for him, this is just like kind of like a fun like challenge sort of experiment thing where he's like, let's make people be like, oh my God, Jake Paul's music is actually dope.
So are you the Drake of our generation?
He's
the songbird.
He's the Jake of our generation.
No, I mean, I think eventually that's where I want to be, is like doing tours, only focusing on music, putting out music all the time, and like putting my 10,000 hours in. I think that whatever I put my mind to in my life, I've just found that I like always end up somewhere at the top, whether it was wrestling, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Vine, whatever it was. Like I would always find myself at the top. And so I think like when I go into music fully and like that's all I'm doing, I think like I will definitely be very, very successful. And so, yeah, that's exciting. But I mean, Drake is like, I can't ever say I'm like even close to that. Like he's like
You look up to him?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I know all the answers to these questions.
Yeah. Drake's the only celebrity that like I like actually like care and like look up to about. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
Yeah. Yeah, we've hung out.
Did you fanboy?
No, I didn't fanboy.
Did you ask for a picture?
I felt like I knew him already. No, I didn't ask for a picture. I felt like I knew him already, like when we met.
Why didn't you ask him for a picture? Again, I know the answer to these questions. I liked your answer. I liked your answer when you told me.
What was
so weird?
What was my answer when I told you this? I mean, bro, that'd be dumb to ask for. Like, I'm not like that. Then he labels me as a fan.
Yeah,
and it's like I am, but like I'm also just like I have my own thing going on. Like I don't need to like take a picture with him to like, you know. I've never asked a celebrity for a picture. Like even with Wanda, I'm like, bro, like, is it cool if we like, if I post with you and stuff like that? Cause like I don't know. Like, I don't know what people like want to be seen like, or want to be like, framed as, but yeah. I don't know. Is that the answer?
Yeah. I think it's smart. I think if you're able to be like a human being first and not a fanboy, the longevity and respect that you get in the relationship will be higher.
Oh yeah.
You've done a lot of stuff, like I said, with music, mainstream rappers. You did. Remember that one car ride you did with 21 Savage?
Yes.
Way back when he was riding with you, was there any inkling of like, yo, this man's British?
Oh no!
Did you?
Was he
did he do
frightened?
any?
Was he frightened that you were driving on the right side of the road?
Oh my god! Yo, I wouldn't. I still don't think he's British. Like
He's not really British.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't get it. I kind of like was I don't understand that. But no, he seemed like an American. Like just he's a dope guy. Like,
Yo, that video was pretty hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
you didn't like it?
It just seems so awkward, bro. It's like
That's what I wanted it to feel.
It was just so I was so confused. Well, I mean, also your online persona is like the kind of like troublemaker, like annoying little brother thing.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, even yesterday at the fight when I was mid losing 20K,
He was still poking at you.
You would not stop making fun of me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That was just fun for me, but yeah, no, I think that's what I wanted like the video to feel like is like just like awkward and like find like comedy in that awkwardness of like why is Jake Paul with 21 Savage like playing like annoying ass like pop music.
Yo, but aren't you concerned like shit? This is pretty cringe right now. Like, do you have a cringe radar?
I think I've gotten better at that, but I think like to me, if I'm in the moment and I think something's funny and fun, and I'm like going with it, then I really don't give a shit like what other people.
That's
think
tight.
about.
That's awesome.
We were talking about it earlier too. Like you said before the podcast that you're a family channel as well. So like I partially like how does that play into it? Because like if we were to go back and watch some of the cartoons we watch or like watch some of the younger shows of our time, it would probably be pretty cringe.
Yeah, like even when I watched like the Disney show back, like when I was in it and on the Disney show, I like didn't think it was cringe at all. And then I go back and watch some of the scenes and I was like, ugh.
I disagree. I disagree with you too, Spence. I think when I go back and watch like a cheesy episode of Hannah Montana, I think because the context is that of like a family show, even your show on Disney, like I never thought it was cheesy because it had the right to be cheesy. It was meant to be cringe for little kids to like. You know what I'm saying? I think the difference on YouTube is you're playing Jake Paul. It's you. It's your name. There's no character.
Yeah.
And it's just a kid making videos. But you bring up Disney, bro. I remember the first time I saw this, I was so fucking proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Heyo, I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Park, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker, first ever. Oh, nailed it.
Yo,
Like, see, I think that's cringe now, though.
I think
No, it's cool
I
as
think
fuck,
it just
bro.
like applies to like a younger audience. Like I think
No,
it's,
that, well,
I
okay.
think it's
So let's go
cringe
back to
us,
let's go back to that.
but-
That's what I'm saying. Let's go back to that. Like, there's like the kid. My audience thrives on that cringe stuff. Like my audience is younger.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's starting to slowly get older right now. But as I get older, but at the time and place, like when I was doing these things, it was because that's what the audience was feeding on. That's what they wanted. And that's what they like. There's, and the sad part about it is like YouTube is a place like there's more younger people on YouTube
Oh yeah,
by far.
we've talked about that.
by sure,
far.
for sure.
And it's like it's not a place for older kids. Like the older kids are on Instagram
Yeah.
now.
The audience is inherently young. I say this all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you look at the channels who are boasting the most amount of views, and like you'll click on one. Like I've clicked like some of the new YouTubers that are coming up right now. Like you watch their videos and it's like it's the most it's cringier than anything like I have ever done. In the
look
most
at the
cringe of my
biggest
moments, and it's like and their channels are blowing up numbers. So I'm in that area right now where it's like, okay, like my audience is young. I think I've moved out of like my like yell like Jake Paul like jump on a news van cringe phase. Like it was definitely a phase, but you still need to like you still want to
Funny you say that.
No more of this?
I wouldn't crawl up there. Why? Okay, I just wouldn't do that. A lot of the neighbors are complaining. They're very
Look
upset.
at him.
No, why?
They say that
Like this is a character
created
like I was
a living
playing. Like,
hell out here. That's like a circus.
Yeah, it is.
All the fame.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you get on top of the van, bro?
Literally the story behind this, and like I promise on our mom's life, I'm inside like in a business meeting, like chill, like this, like doing business, and like 3 members from Team 10 come running in. They're like, bro, there's a news van outside. Like they want to interview you. There's like, there's people, like the fans are there, bro. It's like, he's super legit. They're like asking questions about fans. I'm like, no way. Like, yo, oh my God. And my brain like instantly makes the decision in my mind. I'm like, yo, this is a perfect opportunity to like make content and like have something go viral. Let's do something dumb.
Something viral for you? Or
just in general.
For KTLA?
For KTLA, for like everything in general.
Damn.
And so I was like, I'm going to go out there and just act a fool. And that's what I did.
Would you ever pull this shit now?
No.
Are these days over?
I think,
You could probably get away with it now where you live, but where you live there, it's like,
no,
bro,
I think it just, I don't know. Like,
I'm not saying necessarily like climbing on top of a news van, but are you still going to be a hooligan?
oh, no. I think those days are over.
The hooligan days are over.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
But I mean, I think there's levels to the hooligan. I think there's more tasteful ways to be a hooligan.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think like, but that's another example of me just acting in a moment and just doing what I wanted to do because I thought it was fun and funny.
did you get in trouble for that one?
I didn't get in trouble. No.
No?
I mean, I got on that. How did I get in trouble?
A lot of blowback.
I mean, there was a lot of blowback. There's a lot of
yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
A lot of like, oh, this kid's a fucking idiot. Like,
You're talking about like real legal trouble because you have that too.
yeah, I do have that.
You're in some shit everywhere. I want to get into that.
Yeah.
I want to get into it. Nah, but
No, I am.
but wait, tying these two together, like hopping on the van and like Disney, did this happen around the same time? So how much of a part did that kind of shenanigans vlogger lifestyle play in your split with Disney?
I think there was like a 33. It was like 33% of it, like me vlogging and like starting to like cause trouble and like because the news press thing that went around about this was like Disney star Jake Paul jumps on top of the news.
Yeah.
So they obviously didn't like that. I think they kind of like put up with it. They were kind of like, oh, like whatever. And then like a couple months later, like there was another like press thing. And then a couple months after that, there was another thing. And this was at the height of like my vlogging. Like it's every day, bro.
Yeah.
I was going ham and I was literally on set 5 days a week, like working like 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day on set, then having to film a video every single day. And I'm sitting there on Disney Channel, like literally making crumbs compared to what I'm making doing my.
How much were you making per episode?
I don't know if I can legally say that, to be honest. I actually don't think I can.
Jakey's getting smart.
Yeah, we don't want to dig him into any more
Trouble.
Yeah, I don't.
more
I
legal trouble, yeah.
actually, no, I can't say that.
Oh, you can?
No, I can't.
I feel like I know what it is. You don't have to say anything. I'm gonna guess, just for those wondering, probably $10,000 to $15,000 per episode.
He can't confirm or deny.
No, you can't confirm or deny. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Don't even think about
look.
it. Don't even
breathe.
flutter your
Stop
eyes.
breathing.
Stop doing it.
Don't look at the camera.
You
Give
friends?
signs.
You friends with the cast still?
Yeah, the cast is dope.
Who
The cast is dope.
You still tight with Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan and Olivia like ended up dating each other.
No.
and I ship it so.
Oh wait,
hard.
yo, I'm on his
I ship
Instagram.
it
I'm
so
on his
hard.
Instagram right now.
Oh
By
my
the way,
god, they're so cute.
The kid
They're
is-
like the perfect couple.
2.2 million followers, dude. I remember when I met him. I don't even know if he had an Instagram or he had like 400 or something.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He blew up. He blew up from the vlogs because he was in the vlog every day because I was on set every day.
Oh, and then now he's dating his co-star.
Yes, and they're like
Look at that.
ultimate couple goals. Look at
Kissing
this.
on the beach.
Wow.
Two Disney stars just thriving.
Is this gonna last, Jake?
Bro, honestly, I think it might, which is why I ship it so hard because
Damn.
they're both like such solid human beings and they're both so nice and it's like their first love.
But what if they fall into the Disney machine and become a jackass like you?
I think they have very good parents as well.
Where do you, speaking of the Disney machine, where do you think you fall in the rankings of like Disney stars who got a little crazy? You're probably, I don't even want to comment. What do you think?
I want to like name the other people you're talking about, but like we're friends with most of them. So
Give some context. Go ahead.
I mean, you everyone knows there's the Disney star phase and then the post Disney star phase where you just go fucking berserk.
But I haven't done.
You haven't done that yet.
I haven't done
When's
that.
it coming, guy?
When are the hard drugs coming, dude?
The people want to know.
Coming soon.
We need plastic surgery. We need a lot of hard drugs, bro. And we're waiting on it.
No, but I would say I would say top 3, top 5 that have like gone off like in a crazy kind of press way.
Do you regret doing any of the crazy things you did? Do you regret becoming notorious instead of famous?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think like there were some things that I would definitely like, I would go back and like want to change, but like that already happened. So it's like, fuck it, like move forward.
What's the biggest thing
Learn
you would
from it.
change if you could change anything?
I don't have an answer to that. I don't think there's like one thing that ever comes to my mind. And like, I'm always like, if you live with regret, then you're just gonna be eating yourself away.
I have a question. It's kind of a change of topic, but not really. I noticed this especially happening around Disney, and maybe you going on Bizarrevark is the answer to the question. But for a long time, and I know you don't like hearing this, but for a long time, there was the stigma that you had of being Logan Paul's little brother.
Yeah.
And I believe you broke out of that, and I think most people would agree. How hard were you trying to break out of that, if at all? And what was the final thing that put you over that hump?
Yeah, no, I definitely, this is a very interesting topic and I'd love to talk about it. But this is like, I've been trying to break out of it since it honestly backdates to like school.
No, I remember.
To middle school where
Yeah.
like the teacher would be like, your brother Logan got all A's, all straight A's, and you're just the class clown. You have a C-, dude.
You're like, I'm not Logan.
Yeah, but I think I didn't really care about it being there, but like I was always trying to like prove myself as like a wrestler and all that sort of stuff. But as far as like a business standpoint, like when we got to Los Angeles, I was trying to break out of it like since 16 years old.
Yeah.
Because I remember like going to like different Viners' houses and you would be filming Vines with them and I would literally be the cameraman.
I remember that.
And I didn't mind it. Like I was like, whatever, but I knew one day that I was going to emerge from that. And it was always in the back of my mind. And I was always, and it drove me, it helped drive me to like work harder, to be my own creative, to do my own things, to like maybe take a different path in certain areas. But yeah, what the final thing that I think really set it over the edge, I'm trying to think. I don't really know. I don't know if it was like one thing, but yeah.
How often, this is just for my own curiosity, how often are you getting mistaken for being me?
Oh my
How often are
God,
people in the streets calling you Logan Paul?
Does it go both ways? Because
I get Jake
literally
Paul
like
all the
20%
time.
of the time someone comes up to him, they're like, Jake.
Yeah, it's probably like 20% of the time.
Do you
Like,
think we look,
yeah,
I mean,
we don't look alike at all, though.
at
That's
all.
what I don't like. A little bit, like I can get it. Like it might be the way we carry ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it'd be weird to mix us up, but it definitely happened. I go with it. I know that you go with it too. And people are like, "Are you Logan Paul?" I'm like, "Yeah."
hell
And I
yeah,
just
hell
go with it.
yeah.
I'm like, "Yo." Like,
Sometimes he'll be like, I'm his like less good looking
do
brother.
you
like-
always profusely sweat on these?
No, I'm yo.
What the fuck is happening?
I have a I told you guys
What
I was
are you
sick.
doing?
I'm sick, bro.
Take off the hoodie, guy. Even
Mike-
though it is the hottest,
Mike-
softest
Put a
merch in the game,
t-shirt
you can get now on loganpaul.com/shop.
I'm single out now. Save it to your Spotify library.
Holy shit, he's dripping.
Yeah, dude. Mike was talking to me last night over dinner, and he's like, dude, like this is right before you guys were all going to the club. I was bailing, and he's like, dude, I'm sending it, but this is not going to be good for the next 48 hours after this.
Damn.
He knew it.
He was right.
He knew what he was getting himself into.
But he's like he also lost money, but he made it back this morning, so
made
at
it
least
back, yeah.
he's not broken poor.
right?
Anyway.
Yeah. You know, it could be worse, like you. Mhm.
Thanks, man.
That's
Yo,
okay.
So you I don't know how much of this we can talk about either, but you are in some legal shit.
Yeah.
How's that all panning out?
Honestly, it's shit. Like it's such a pain in the ass to
What?
deal with all that stuff.
What happened to the dude who like you like blew out his eardrum and ruined his life with your car horn?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we first preface what? How many cases are? Well, what's going on?
Yeah,
That you can talk about.
Yeah, I don't even know what if and what I could talk about, to be honest. But a lot of the cases, like just in general, are just BS people like trying to make bullshit claims, just because they know that I have money. A lot of like the cases, like from initial where we've already gotten this thus far is like, and I don't even know again if I can say this, but like they're 80% of them are just like, they're just like gonna get thrown away, like just because it's.
But it costs you money though, right?
Yeah, it costs money. It's time. It's like annoying shit that my employees have to deal with, and like people have to deal with, and lawyers have to deal with, and I have to be on phone calls.
Dad has always called that, as you know, the hassle factor. Hassle factor. How much?
Like David Hasselhoff?
No, that's the Hasselhoff factor.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is the hassle factor.
Got it.
How much is that taking on your mental? Is it taking a toll on your brain? Is it extra stress you don't want to worry about?
For sure.
Is it fucking you up?
It's definitely a hassle. It's just something that, it's something you have to like, it starts to like get to you, and then you just have to like, again, like put it to the side and like just keep on going. But it is definitely like something that's like super annoying and time consuming.
It's wild. Would you say you embody the role of a bad guy on YouTube?
No, I think I don't think I.
What about
role.
a troublemaker?
I was a troublemaker.
What is your
for sure.
brand on YouTube right now?
I think it's I think it's just like, I know this sounds dumb, but it's just like me being myself as much as possible, while still like catering to the audience. But yeah, I think I definitely was a big troublemaker on YouTube at like back in the day, for sure.
It's so interesting because I know you pretty well,
Yeah.
and there's so many sides to you that a lot of YouTube doesn't see.
Yeah.
There is the YouTube side, the good morning, Jake Paul, just like I have the hey yo, good morning, Logan.
Yeah.
Like it's a part of us. There's the affectionate, emotional side of you, which I think is incredibly interesting. I think I'm most intrigued by your business savviness, which a lot of YouTube does not know about.
Yeah. That's honestly like how I feel about where I am positioned. Actually, now that you say it, is like I see myself as like the Jay-Z of social media with what I've done, and like already, but where I will go in the future is pushing that narrative even more with like business, but also like being your own talent. And just like building like people around me and like an empire. Cause like, I don't want to just be like that, like fucking like YouTuber kid. And, that's why like I'm branching out and like other things, working on a ton of business stuff, like, which I've always done. And I've always been like super business savvy. But yeah, I guess that is like my brand, but again, that is like who I am. Like, I just want to build businesses. I don't want to just like be another fucking like Anthony Padilla that was like on Smosh. Like,
Damn.
Just call me
Damn.
out.
I saw y'all had a little like
That's
back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah.
What happened?
He like hired my fans
I
to be in
saw
a
that.
video and like made them look stupid to like for his video. Like, I don't know, it was just like the dumbest, most random video that came out of left field. And it just pissed me off because
I spent a day with
I
Jake
grew up-
Paulers and their parents.
I grew up watching. We grew up watching Smosh, and it's like, oh, now this kid is like so.
I saw you tweet back at him saying that. Here, watch.
How do you refer to yourself? Is it Jake Pauler or
Jake Pauler. If someone was like, oh, like you're Jake Pauler or something, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like I wouldn't really take like the most pride in it.
Yeah.
But like I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like I watch his videos. Like I enjoy it.
not Jake? Maybe just like a supporter, maybe.
So he's just clowning these kids.
Yeah, and I'm sure like they didn't have any idea of like what they were like.
Yeah,
how the video was going to be edited.
Interesting.
Yo, he needs clout, bro. He needs views. You can just smell it.
It got 385,000
Yeah,
views.
didn't work.
It didn't work.
Well, dude, he's bashing the people who are gonna support the video.
Yeah.
Like what? Not the best move.
It does suck because you said it, dog. Smosh was our biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
Growing up, our original channel was Zoosh.
Zoosh, like literally a carbon clone of the
Carbon
name.
clone of Smosh.
Like, what can we name it?
It's funny how you find those people that you look up to once
Yeah,
you
now
start
he's
making
talking
it, and
shit
you're like,
about-
what the? You're like,
You know, and now he like makes videos talking shit. It's like he inspired. Like, if anything, he's the reason why I'm like, no, like, you know, like doing YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
So it's like it's just weird.
It's an angst. I feel like that it's there's got to be some sort of psychological term for this. I would love to look this up and find out if it's true, but it's an angst of someone who once was becoming irrelevant and being angry that the new generation is being received more than themselves.
yeah,
It's like an old school vibe. Like
This
somebody
happens in
just
rap a
can't-
lot.
Yeah,
Rap
that's
all
what I'm
the time,
saying.
all
Like
the
they
time.
just
Yeah.
can't get on the new vibe, so they talk shit about the people that did it better before them. Yeah,
Yeah.
or after them.
And
People that came
I
after
know I'll never become that person, and that's what I'm saying. That's why like you just like that's why I want to like actually like build like real shit from YouTube and use the platform to like to not only change the world but to like have a career, a long-term trajectory, and not just be like another one of these like YouTuber kids.
how do you think you do that through content, through what you're doing with music?
Well, the first I guess one very successful thing that I built with the platform, like just initially like right off the bat, was the company called Fanjoy, with alongside of Chris.
Have you said this?
CEO
Have you said
Chris.
this before? Have you?
I don't think I have.
Have you come out publicly and let people know that you built Fanjoy with Chris?
I think I've said it once in a video somewhere, but I don't think it got like. I don't think people like paid attention to it.
They're gonna pay attention to this.
Yeah.
because there are a lot of motherfuckers on YouTube signed up to Fanjoy.
Yeah, there's like 65
including but not
people.
limited to.
Like who's on the platform. This is why like I'm so happy to say this. I don't even know who's on the platform. Like I couldn't tell you because I built the company, and like I know the big earners on it, but like Chris will like tell me like who's added, like he'll update me and I'll be like, oh shit, like that's dope. Like that like the company's just growing and growing and growing.
David's on it.
Yeah, name a couple people that.
David
are
Yeah,
on there.
David
Dobrik's
Dobrik. We do a lot of back end for people that like don't publicly say that they're on it as well, which I don't know if I'm like able to talk about who they are, but like, but yeah, we do a lot of like back end shops.
Let me get this straight. When David Dobrik sells a piece of merch, you're technically getting a cut.
I'm not, no, not like Fanjoy. Yeah,
But you
Fanjoy.
own
You have
part of the
equity in
company.
Fanjoy. Yeah.
Yes. So it's building my equity.
Technically,
but,
yeah.
but that's why it's like,
You did it right, kid. Good for you.
Good job, Jakey.
yeah, thanks guys.
Damn.
But that's like one example of like, I was like, okay, like what, like, let's not just like sell merch, like let's build a business. Because I believe like, and to any influencer out there that's watching this, like I believe that Fanjoy is the best company to do your merch with, because the roots of it are like from my heart and like what I wanted to create and like, and what sort of team I wanted there to be. And like how I wanted to be treated, I infused that into the company. And if anyone on the platform is unhappy, you need to call me because I'm gonna go beat Chris's ass. No, I'm joking. They do a great job. But yeah, I believe it. I really truly believe it's like top 3 best merch companies to be with.
What's the end goal there? Is Fanjoy going to get acquired for like $100 million, $200 million, and then you get a cut? When do you make your money?
Yeah, if the company gets acquired.
Is there interest?
Yeah, we went down the road with one buyer, like pretty deep down a road, but their number wasn't high enough for us, so we declined their offer.
Man,
Fuck, I'm good.
That's not
Gotta watch out, bro.
that's not the only time you did a business venture with multiple people. I want to ask you a little bit about Team 10.
Team 10. Here we go.
I'm done. I've been sitting here sweating. I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
We're trying to dive in. Huh?
The Vegas is starting to.
Bro, you know what's crazy
Hit me.
is like, I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface.
No, I'm
of
about.
anything
No,
that
that's what I'm about to do.
Scratch.
We haven't scratched the surface of like where this podcast is even.
I'm about to do that. What's going on with Team 10? Or first of all, you're still talking to any of the people that were on Team 10?
Yeah, I talked to some of them.
Why did Team 10 not work?
I started the company at 18 years old. I had no idea what I was getting myself into from a business standpoint. It was the very first business I created. And that is what people saw with Team 10 was Jake Paul learning how to create business and do business and have relationships and like talk to people and build something into a massive thing. However, I was basically like, I was doing like all of it, a lot of it. And then, and I was talent. I was like CEO. It was my vision. And there was just so much going on that I couldn't control everything. And like, when I tried to like hire people in to like help out, they just weren't the right people. They didn't maybe know how to build the business any better than I did. And it just wasn't the right business team surrounding the talent, because as we know, talent have egos, right? And all of a sudden they start blowing up, they start making all this money, and I'm vlogging every single day. I don't have time to like be like, how are you doing? Like, is everything good? Like, what do you need from me? How can I support you? How are you emotionally? Like a lot of people on Team 10, each person has their own like very specific reason on why they left. There's not like a one thing that it always is. But
that's not the way that the media has portrayed it. The media's portrayed it as Jake Paul being the issue and being the reason why
100%.
everyone left. And that's not the case, right?
It's not the case. Like even some people, we were like, get off the team. But then the media still is like, oh, they left, you know?
Well, plus they make leaving videos.
Exactly.
Right? That kind of became
Why I
a
left
trend.
Team 10.
Yeah.
Classic. How many of them are doing Coco Loco Bright White Smile ads now?
Do you know about this whole whitening thing?
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. This is the I don't even know
I'll
how.
say it.
All right, good.
Every employee that we've had at the Maverick House and everyone who has ever gotten an inkling of social media clout through me, after they're done with the Team Maverick,
It is the next step.
the first post is to do a teeth whitening fucking bright white
do you
smile.
do you have a ratio or like a number of teeth whitening?
I don't really. The thing, a lot of them. No, I do.
Just looking
I do,
for a number.
When I do like check in on them, like sometimes just to see where they're at. Like, yeah, it's along those lines of those things. But honestly, like what I realized though is like like this is something that I had to realize is not everyone had the same vision that I did with Team 10. A lot of them are happy with doing those ads and just being a regular person versus like content every day. Let's grind. Let's make this a $100-200 million company. A lot of people can't hang with that. And then you like add in other shit like, oh, this person's actually in a relationship with this person. And then they get into fights. They are hooking up. They're like falling in love, they're breaking up, and then they don't want to be in that like same atmosphere. So like that adds to it.
Yeah, real life complexities.
Like real life complexities. Like Jake, like we're like the Dobre twins, perfect example. But they're crushing it, by the way. I'm so proud of them. Love those kids.
Man,
like my homies.
they are crushing it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy watching their videos because they are so bad. But that's why I like watching their videos. Like
but it's that younger audience.
I
video.
know, but bro, it's just like,
yeah,
I am so entertained by their content. Shouts to the Dober brothers.
The Doobie Brothers.
but like so like they were like one of the first people on the team, and then it's like I like was like wanting to grow the team, and I had this vision. I was like, okay, what if we get like another group of twins? And they'll like become friends. They'll like kind of like argue against each other. They'll kind of like have this thing like where they're like competing against each other, like doing different things, or like they're just like it's just like two groups of twins like would be dope, right?
And
I had this vision.
That was the Emilio
bring in
twins,
like the Martinez twins, and the Dober brothers are like, yo, we like that's bullshit. Like because the Martinez twins started to like do better than them on Instagram, and like I don't know if that was like had anything to do with it, but they like didn't like that at all, and that was like part of the reason why they wanted to leave the team. So it's like it's just super complex, and like I wasn't able to manage the talent at the time.
Yeah. I remember being in the house. Like I originally started working with Team 10. Like that was like my first
I don't know if people
social
know that.
media like gig.
I don't know if people know that. Like
Yeah, I met Spencer through Jake.
Yeah.
But when I was at the house, like one of the things that I actually really liked because I was older. But you had house rules, like you had things to stick to make sure people were, moving things forward. And I remember behind the scenes because I didn't just help you with videos, like I was helping all the people in the house with content.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember hearing people like bitch and complain about it every now and then. I didn't feed into it because I'm like, yo, dude, you're in a freaking mansion and you're living the life that millions of kids dream to live. So how did people deal with those rules?
Yeah, as a CEO, I was like, yo, we need to actually have a fucking real company, and this needs to be like real shit where we can scale it and grow it and be responsible. And I was like, what should we do? What does every company have? A mission statement. They have like like a commandments list of like what they abide by, what they stand for. And there was that on that. It was a sheet of paper, and there was that on the sheet of paper, and there was like rules like clean up after yourself.
No drinking, no
drinking.
Yep.
Like ask Jake if you like are gonna have friends over, because it's like, oh, like I'd be in like the middle of a business meeting with an investor, and there would be like people like smoking like in the backyard, and like, oh, all of a sudden they have 10 friends over. It's like, guys, if they're an investor is sitting there like in a meeting with me, and they see like all this like chaos going down, they're gonna be like, oh, this is stupid. Like, I'm not gonna
give you my millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you had some big investors in Team 10. Wasn't Gary Vaynerchuk an investor?
Yeah.
Who else? Any big names?
More so like venture capital funds. But yeah, like super legit people that were backing it and still are backing it and like still support me. And I've learned like so much from all of that. But it was a crazy whirlwind of a ride that like obviously was like all over fucking social media, and there was obviously so much controversy
and
around
misunderstandings and gossip.
Yeah.
How much of those relationships drove a lot of your success? Like those relationships, your engagement with other people. Like, do you see your relationships with people like even as far back as like Alyssa Violet, and then of course with Erica, like how much of your success was driven not because of them, but through that collaboration and through that engagement with other people?
Yeah, I think like a really good amount. Like it was that was the idea. Like we're a team.
Yeah.
That's why like I called it that, because the original idea actually came from, and I don't know if I've really ever said this either, but I was 17 years old living I think at the broadcast center.
Yep.
And I had this idea. I was like, I'm going to start a clothing line, and I'm going to get all the Viners to have equity in it. And we're all going to promote the clothing line all together, all the biggest Viners, and it's going to blow up like crazy. And I went to like all the biggest Viners, and they were like, or like, I want 50% of the company, or I don't know, I'm kind of like doing my own, or like whatever. And no one was down for it. So I was like, I'm just going to make my own team of people so that like one day we can promote a product together and blow it up. Because the biggest thing I didn't see in social media was like creators working together to build a business. Like you see it all the time in other industries, because other people in other industries are actually like business savvy, like rap. Jay-Z's like, oh, I'm going to make Tidal, and all you 40 rap musicians are going to get a little each piece of equity, and they get it because they're business people. They're older. In the social media space, everyone's like, oh, no,
I don't know about that.
I don't know, like I don't want to do that. Like my audience wouldn't like when I promote that, or like whatever it is.
I think it's just an ego thing, and everyone has their own agendas.
Exactly.
Everyone has different goals, wants to do different things, and quite frankly, most of the time they think they're the best.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like a lot of, it feels like it's a lot of talent. Like you're one of the only people that I've met that really gets the business side. And that's always like, I've always looked at you and your brother very differently, because
I think I was one of the youngest people to raise $1 million for a company.
Yeah.
I raised $1 million at like 18 years old.
Damn.
like talking to you about business. You want to talk about business. Talking to him about business is like trying to pull
Kill me.
He hates it.
Literally kill me.
He hates it.
I hate it. I hate everything.
That's
about
Which
it.
is, by the way, which is fine, because he's a pure talent. He's a pure talent. You're more of a hybrid between the two, and you have really strong business sense. I learned that about you early on.
Yeah, and I think that's what Look, what I love about being your brother is because I think we're just scratching the surface of, like, I feel like what we just did like the past 4 years was like a warm up for what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
And as a duo, I think we can seriously like change the space.
For
forever,
sure. Even more than we already have.
Yeah, I think we already have, but that's what I'm saying. I felt like it was just like a warm up.
You said to me once. I think we were both drunk. I don't know if you meant this. You said,
Well, maybe you were
I don't
drunk.
drink.
Yeah,
I don't
he
drink.
was,
Jake
he was
doesn't drink.
drinking apple juice.
Continue.
anyways, you said you're going to be managing me in 10 years. Do you remember saying that?
I do remember saying that, and yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Where's Jeff going to be?
I think like I don't know. I guess I don't know. Here, the way but again, it's like Jay-Z, right? It's like Jay-Z owns Rock Nation, which manages like all these different people. But like, if I was my own manager, I would be so good at it. Cause like,
Why don't you do it?
You kind of are right now, aren't?
no. But like because I have to, because I'm doing like the talent stuff, right? But who is the clone version? Like, who is the other version of me? It's you.
Yeah, there's two of
So
us.
if like if I was your manager, I would be so good at it. And like, it was an interesting thought that I had in my mind. Because,
Yeah, you
like,
blew my mind when you said it. I was like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, you get stuff done, dude. If you're able to raise $1 million by 18, like, dude,
it pays off. Look at
things.
Look at this net worth, 19 mil. That's what it says your net worth is. Hey, congrats, kid.
Thanks, man.
How old are you again?
According to the
I'm
wealthy
22.
gorilla.
Look at the wealth. Look at
Almost as credible as famous birthday.
Oh shit!
19 million.
I can assure everyone watching this is not true. Please put me back on Google Preferred, and maybe I can get here. This might be.
You
true.
always
This
know
might
it.
be
You
true.
always know it.
I was gonna say I think that looks.
You always know it's credible when they put an exclamation point at the end of it. 19 million. Only 23 years old.
Oh man, you were gonna make me zoom into this one
No,
minor
you don't have
thing.
to.
No, I mean, all right, you pointed it out.
It's not
curious.
famous birthdays.
I'm curious.
anyway.
You
It's
guys
not
got
credible.
similar net worth. You guys got a similar,
So whose dick is
little thing.
bigger?
Whose dick is bigger?
Yeah.
Let's get down into it.
Let's ask.
Oh shit. You won't. You won't. Finish your thought.
No.
The fans.
What was your question?
Wait,
dick do you think is bigger?
God, I'm on a
Comment below.
family channel, man.
that you're not on the family
Yeah,
channel
you're
right
on-
now.
you're on
dude.
Impaulsive.
Or
And
it's
by the way,
Impaulsive.
the audience here is much older at the UFC fight. Guy comes up and he goes, "Yo," it's an older guy. He goes like, "Yo," like he's doing a drug deal. It's like, fucking watch Impaulsive. I'm like,
I love how they keep it low key.
Yeah, I'm like,
don't want to be
"Dope."
seen.
I'm like, thanks, guy. He goes, "Yeah, man, just to let you know, I feel like it's a lot of adults like guilty pleasure to watch Impaulsive." I'm like, thanks, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
dude,
that bad if you just like watch me for more than 7 minutes.
A lot of
screaming.
people last night. A lot of people last night came up to us at the UFC fight.
I think that's a core demo. I would argue
Yeah.
to say that's because similar to us,
You
like
guys have had fighters on here and stuff.
yeah, and like we just don't give a fuck. I am just running out of fucks to give. I give some fucks, but
Hey, speaking of the poll
polls
that you had going on there, I want to ask you this because we're at the fight and bringing it back to boxing a little bit. And Alyssa Violet.
I don't know
Who do you think would win in a boxing match? Alyssa Violet or your ex-girlfriend Erica Costello? Mainly because this may be the next undercard, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like think about how much has happened to you. Like I'm sure they both hit you. Who hits harder? Spill the tea, Jacob.
Oh no. One of them is a lot more classy than the other one. And so I think
at this point, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
I think everyone knows which one I'm talking about.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate, man. Listen, I don't like this energy. I don't like where we are.
I do. This is when I get most comfortable. I love this.
I don't know.
So anyways,
Nah, it's just because look,
I think we need to let that die.
It's a respect thing.
internet drama. It's internet bullshit.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest bitch on YouTube?
I like talking about that.
Yeah, who is it? Who's the biggest bitch on YouTube? You're just like, damn, this person's a bitch.
He's sitting up tall right now.
It's gonna make a statement. It's gonna make a statement.
Oh.
I would say KSI.
Why would you say that?
Like not in like a he's like not tough way, but like he's just like to me he's literal trash.
I would use the word grimy.
Which is like the same
Grimy
thing as
trash.
trash.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand his logic. I don't understand his morals. Is like and vice versa. He probably like feels the same way about us. But like I've removed myself from having like a biased opinion just because you fought him. But like I just see him and like I get like a trash vibe in the nicest way possible. KSI.
Well, I mean,
Like I'm
not to like stick off of my enemy, but everyone or not. 80% of the people that say they've hung out with him in real life, they say he's like just a regular ass dude, which like how internet real life works.
No, I get it. Even when I talked to him in the ring, like after the fight for a second, like I did feel that vibe, like he was a normal person, but just like what he puts, like what he says, how he words his stuff, like I don't know. It just irks me. It irks me.
You fucking. You put a thing on your Insta story saying it's your like number one goal, or you'd like nothing more in your life than to fight KSI. Hey guy, I still gotta beat his ass. All right, so easy, Tiger. Easy.
I know, but like I literally want to fight him so bad.
You almost did.
I know
during the fight,
but I knew that would have gotten Logan disqualified.
Yeah,
so like
that was great.
Yeah, I stopped myself.
You were going hard, bro.
I think that was dope to see how much you go to war for him, for each other.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like Deji and KSI, I don't know if they trained together or they did it first or not. Like, I don't know what their relationship is, but I will die for this kid. And like, sorry to all my friends, but you're the only person I'd actually die for. Like, if we're going to war, we're going to fucking war.
I got you.
Nah, yeah,
I got
sorry,
you. I got you.
Yeah.
Should we just
Really quick, speaking of fights, you can't fight KSI because you have another fight first. Let's talk about how you're gonna Superman some hoe, dude. What's going on here?
Jake Paul confronted Soulja Boy the other day. This was interesting.
You're smoking right now, bro. How them
And
lungs,
what?
bro?
And what? I'm still gonna knock you out.
Six
I'm
rounds.
still gonna knock you out.
6
You know
rounds.
that.
Back up,
Still
dog.
gonna knock
shit.
you
6
out.
rounds, cuz.
Still gonna knock you out.
Nah, bro.
You know that.
Damn. Is this happening?
Seems heated.
Yeah, I think I want it to happen. I really want it to happen. It's honestly in his hands, like with it, because he's gonna like he's gonna lose. Like I don't know if he actually thinks he can win.
I am so confident this will never happen. And I've been Team Zed about this, and I say the same thing.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, think about this. Soulja Boy. Think about actually fighting Jake for what it'll be a week before the fight. And he'll be like, damn, I haven't trained at all. I actually don't know how to box.
I am high as fuck.
I'm
right
high as
now.
fuck. I'm 4 inches shorter and 20 pounds lighter. This is bro. You can't just hop in the ring and like hope that you know how to fight. Especially you, bro. You have like a year under your belt.
Yeah, here's the thing though, which is why I think there's a 60% chance of it happening, is because he's smart and he would use it to like market whatever he's doing, and he would obviously make a lot of money from it. So like I think there is that other side of it, and if like the money is right and like if he uses it for marketing, which he will and which he already has, like I think
But when you knock him
there's
out,
a side of him that will do it.
when you knock him out, is he the biggest bitch in the hip hop community? Does his career suffer because no one will take him seriously because he's not a real thug?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because he's proven through the Deji fight that he's not a bitch. And so like if he gets knocked out by a boxer, I don't think that really says.
Plus, it's
too
all
much.
about how he plays it too. Like Deji played victim and was like, "I tried my best, guys. Like, please, like, man, like, you know, if Deji would have came back and been like, man, like that was bullshit, like that, like no one would have cared." So it's all about like how you play it afterwards. But I think Deji took a fat W still by losing. Like,
Yeah, he did.
you know, like,
and he showed up. I said this before
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
past. He showed up, bro. He came. He showed some heart. He got in the ring with you, and he.
Nobody really talks about the winners and losers as much as they talk about how much they respect the fact that you guys were able to sell out an arena, host an event like this,
Yeah.
and perform.
Yo,
something
at the
that level.
at the fight yesterday, the UFC fight, I noticed shit's kind of empty. Mike doesn't want me saying this because of what a future relationship I might have with the UFC.
Well, I mean,
they need help, brother. And guess who's going to provide them with the viewership they need? Me and Jake.
I'll fight in the UFC
Dana
for
White
sure.
fucking give us a fight?
Yeah,
like
You would do it too?
I would fight in the UFC. Right now.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you'd do it too. Shit.
Bro,
Why
I
don't you
would
guys
do
fight
it.
each other in the UFC?
I mean, but you're right. That the stadium was like there was a lot of empty seats, and it was John Jones, like
dude,
I don't know.
Dana, we're here, bro. I got unfinished business to handle.
They do numbers
this
on
British
pay-per-view though.
They do it. Yeah,
they do numbers,
You know.
but comparable to ours. In fact, ours was the most viewed pay-per-view fighting event. It beat every UFC fight that year.
Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
beat every UFC fight.
Do you know
didn't
what
know
was
that.
the?
and there was 2 million people watching for free on Twitch.
Like destroyed.
Yeah,
do you know what the comparison was? Your guys' fight to like the most viewed UFC
I
of
think
that
it was
year?
800,000, and we had a mill.
Okay.
I believe. But yeah, man. I mean, look, the model's here. You're sadly mistaken if you think this is me addressing Dana. If you think we're gonna go in there and get murdered, like, don't put us against a championship contender. Obviously, someone who's been doing this their whole life. But again, if you're gonna let a dude like CM Punk fight, there's no reason we should not be able to get in the ring or in the octagon.
yeah. No, I agree.
Do you-
or bro? Another thing, bro. Like even like Cody Garbrandt.
What the yo?
Like he gets knocked out in the first round both times
repeatedly, bro.
Like, bro, I've been hit hard in sparring by professional boxers, and not 1 ounce of me was even close to like being like giving up. Like I like don't understand how people get knocked out.
Are you guys question
Hold on
for you.
a second.
And I know that might bite me in the ass.
No,
one
no,
day.
that's what I want to ask you.
They're
Are
gonna
you
clip
guys?
this shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
That's what I want
Yo,
to
shut the fuck up for a second. 1 second. Let me
I
talk.
was talking. You cut me off. You fucker. Go
At
ahead.
least in the first round, I don't understand how they get knocked out in the first round when you're not tired and like
Nah, bro. There's
don't know,
there's a button on your chin.
yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, science.
That when hit.
It's like
Yeah.
right around there.
I know.
So how do you not understand that? Like I get it.
But like I just like I don't know, bro.
It's gonna be, man. I hope to God you don't get knocked out. And it's put next to that clip right now of you saying.
I think
"Oh."
it's the mentality though that goes into it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I get that.
Like you don't get into the ring thinking about like, oh man, I might get knocked out. Like if you're thinking that, like probably gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
My question is, are you guys dramatically underestimating what it takes to get into that octagon? Like there are people out there, like you guys are looking at it from the angle of, yo, we can get in there and hold our own. Dana White and the UFC are looking at it as like, yo, this is liability if these kids step into the octagon with zero training or as little training as they technically have in that sport. There's a good chance one of them could die in the octagon. That's
normally-
like that.
normally-
He's worried that one of you guys will get hurt.
Normally,
dude.
I would say yes, but I'm confident I would murder a dude like CM Punk. I will stomp on him. So again, let's base this on precedent. If you're gonna let a guy like that with his skill level fight at his age, there's no reason a fucking young bull like me who's ready to die, by the way, in the octagon should not be allowed in.
Yeah.
How hard would
I
you
agree.
guys train in comparison to the boxing match?
I mean, it'd be like a lot more intensive.
It'd be a lot more intense, yeah. I mean, but then
I'll say,
I would
like,
see you
I
guys
would have
do
a
it.
strategy though. I would have a strategy for the fight. Like I would really focus on like the basics and and keeping it simple, and having a super smart strategy for the fight.
yeah.
What if you got Lil Dickied like that dude last night?
Ben Askren.
Bro.
Dang, for those of you who watch the fight, Ben Askren is the one who kind of looks like Little Dicky. UFC debut, by the way. He was the one who got dropped
I mean,
in the
absolutely
first
fucking
10
dropped,
seconds.
dude.
Probably the highest takedown I've ever seen. He was
Can
at
we
least
show
8 feet in
clip
the
at some
air.
point?
I
You
think
don't
we
have
can,
to now, but
I think we can show it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm already gonna copyright claim this video for playing my song. So.
You son of a bitch. And by the way, I'm gonna stack this shit with ads. I'm gonna stack it with ads.
Yeah.
You stack your videos with ads. Respond to me.
Yeah,
Respond to me,
yeah.
Jake.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a secret, but I don't know.
Wait, you have a secret?
No, keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find this.
I have a secret about YouTube. Just mute this.
where the toss is. But this was how the fight ended up happening. Dude didn't give up. He was, by the way, I'm not fully sure he was conscious for the next 30 seconds after he got tossed and rocked in the face. Ended up coming back and choking this dude out with the most aggressive fucking backyard brawl choke I've seen in my life. Shouts Ben Askren. He retweeted my tweet. Retweeted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's whatever.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting absolutely fucking dragged, I want to talk about the Shane doc a little bit, switching gears here. What was it like having someone dig into your fucking life, dude? Was it intrusive at any point?
It definitely was like hard to deal with. Yeah, it was like intrusive, and it was also like scary. Like what is going to be said? What is the end result of this? And like where is this going? And like how is he gonna take this? Because it was literally his view of everything of my life, and it was his story of what my life was. So yeah, it was definitely scary, but I like had spoken to Shane like before agreeing to do it, and like for whatever reason I just felt comfortable, and I felt like I could let him do that.
Shane's superpower is making people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And his storytelling ability. Those two things combined are fucking lethal for him. Were you satisfied? Any ill will towards the final product that came out of Inside the Mind of Jake Paul?
No, I was satisfied. I think there was like definitely like moments where like everything was like too dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
Like or like too hyped up or too like, oh my gosh. But But you know,
What?
maybe
Remember
that's just
those
my
scenes?
opinion though.
Oh.
When he would get like completely like the toast would pop up in the thing and he would just bombs it.
Yeah. Yeah. But overall, like I really think Shane did a really good job, and I'm happy with the way it turned out, and we became friends through the process. And
Did you think it was gonna get as big as it did? Like I remember that shit was crazy, bro.
How many views does this have?
I think like 900 billion at least.
Yeah, at least.
Bro.
Yeah.
I knew it would be that big. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Because I mean, it was basically all this stuff that was like withheld information for 2 years that so many millions of people watch and wanted to learn and hear about. And he finally put it all into one concise thing. And his channel and his fan base and his channel is so like strong, you know? So like combining those two things together is just gonna explode.
23.4 million views on a hour and 45 minute video. This is crazy. This man is revolutionizing this platform, dude. My question is, what the fuck is the inside mind of Logan Paul, Shane? Who's good?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean,
I'm sure people want to see that.
it's not much going on probably. Actually, nah.
We actually did see Inside Your Mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
recently.
Technically.
Yeah, I got that brain scan.
Yeah.
You did too.
Yeah, I got my brain scanned.
You didn't vlog it though, huh?
I didn't think to turn it into content because I thought it was like
A little too intrusive?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What were your results? Can you share?
Yeah. I kind of like forget all of them, but the general consensus was like my brain is like hyperactive. Like there's like they like showed me the scan and there's like white dots in the back of your brain, like and the white dots are like activity. And mine had white dots like all
Everywhere.
over my brain. And it's not a bad thing. But it is like, I find myself that I can't turn my mind off sometimes. Like I'm always thinking, I'm always like going.
I wanted to ask you one more question about Shane, but now that we're
I don't
like,
know. I would stick on Shane,
Shane for a second, yeah.
Because I know where you're going.
yeah, I want to talk about anxiety later on and about what that brain scan showed you. There were some people who claimed that you found a way, or you and Shane combined found a way to drag your brother in that podcast. Do you have any thoughts on that?
That literally, I didn't tell Shane, and Shane and I didn't talk about what any of where or how the storyline was going to be played out.
Because there's some low gangers that are angry.
They're actually called low gangsters. I feel like you should know that.
No, that's what I said.
You said low gangers.
It's that
No, but we never sat down and we're like, this is how we want the story to be. I didn't tell him to make one edit change. I didn't even see the edits before they came out. I didn't even know how he was gonna edit it. Like, so the answer is no. We didn't conspire against Brother Logan.
Thanks, guy.
We're gonna make him look like a dick.
Along with Shane, who's doing it right on YouTube right now? Where are we going? What's the future look like?
YouTube, in my opinion, right now is it's in a bad spot with content.
Why?
Everyone like I was on my timeline today and like I literally saw like 3 YouTubers upload like the same exact like basis of a video on like the same exact day. And like
so
Well, it's pretty whack right now. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yo,
there's no original shit.
that's what
going
it is.
on. It's
There's
nothing original.
which is like fine. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it just not in the best spot. Like, I think there was a point on YouTube about a year ago where like there was just so much shit thriving like all over the place. And now it's like clickbait. It's like so clickbait. It's like $10,000, $25,000.
I dated my brother for a day.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Which is
handcuffed
fine.
myself to an airplane.
Yeah.
And like,
Exactly.
At what point do you
which
not
I'm
give
guilty
a
of?
fuck
Which I'm
anymore,
guilty
dude?
of. I'm guilty of. I'm not opposed to it, but I am working on a new Team 10 and B figuring out like what that different thing is going to be and being a part of like the change for like hopefully this next wave. That's dope. But I think there's very few amount of people that are doing it right. I think there's the Ace family. Like, can't go wrong there.
Yep.
There's Mr. Beast.
Yeah. Yep. Superstar. He's coming on next podcast.
And then the makeup people are crushing it.
Yeah. I wonder how phasey some of these things are.
That's where the list ends though for me. There. Like, because then you get into like other people who like do well and like do dope videos or whatever, but there's not a consistency and there's not they're not like really pushing. Oh, and well, of course, and then there's like, of course, PewDiePie, but like, there's no one like pushing the boundaries.
What do you guys think about people like Will Smith jumping on the platform? Like those older Hollywood superstars that are now coming on.
I mean, I think Will has been the only one to like somewhat do it successfully. But again, it's like the platform is like built for kids. So like he's uploading videos that are like him doing whatever. And it just like, that's not the audience that's on the platform. They want to see the like what the cringy like younger kid videos, unless you can really build like your audience like super strong for being an older audience like PewDiePie does.
Will Smith is getting a decent amount of views. It depends what it is, but anywhere from the one has 500,000, 1.2, 4.8. I want to answer that question too.
Yeah, please.
Because I think Will Smith in what he's done, digitizing his audience or himself even, is fucking genius.
It's super
that's
smart.
Number one. It's smart as shit.
It's super
No one
smart.
else is doing. I mean,
So how much
the
is
Rock,
that the
The Rock
future?
and Kevin Hart kind of pioneered the idea of an A-list celebrity using digital media to like grow and make sure their business stays thriving. And I think Will has done a super cool hybrid type of thing where his videographers, his editors, I'm sure his creative process is sort of professionalized. Like I mean, I don't think like our situation, I don't think he lives with his videographers. They might not be like boys. I'm sure they're cool. I could be wrong. I was
just with him in
really?
Atlanta, and he's got 2 guys following him around like at all times, rolling.
Are they his
24/7.
boys? Are they his friends? Or like hired videographers?
I don't know I think they're hired. I don't know to what level their relationship is.
'Cause I know
you're
he-
right about it. He does professionalize it. I mean,
Yeah.
he puts serious effort into his team.
And it shows.
Yeah, I think his content's great and all that.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's Will Smith. He's the perfect person to do that though.
Yeah.
Like he is kid friendly. He's a huge name. But I think if you really I think it's just interesting and it's super smart of him, and for his business overall, it's like it's dope. But it's just still like a weird dynamic. Like
I saw this clip. His daughter Willow. I think I was on Instagram. I saw it today, and I really liked what he said. Will Smith's just he's a fucking G, dude.
He's wise.
He might be one of the best to go down in history ever. And beyond just him, his wife, and the kids he raised.
Squad.
It's just a phenomenal. Because it's one thing to be a good entertainer and a good human. It's another thing to be a good father. You know, I mean, not everyone can do that. There's a lot of great entertainers who are just shithead fathers, and both of his kids are being raised right. And Willow said in this video, she said growing up, she would always see how her parents, Jada, right?
Yep.
Jada and Will would talk and argue, and sometimes they would debate about whether politics, philanthropy, whatever it is, and when they would disagree and they came to the understanding of, okay, we disagree, instead of leaving it there and leaving any sort of animosity to the situation, they would both end with an understanding, keyword understanding, of the other person's beliefs, which is something I feel like this current society does not do well. I don't agree with you, so fuck you, versus like, I understand where you're coming from, agree to disagree, let's move on. And how can we do that easier now because we know where we're coming from? She said that. Anyways, I thought it was super wise. I think that mindset's very, very, very healthy. Sorry to get sidetracked.
No, I think it's important to note though, because I think there's people like Will and the caliber celebrities and individuals are learning from you guys and seeing, social works. So I guess, what are you learning from them with their content, with that wisdom, with what they bring in terms of value? Do you guys want to bring more value to your followings?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a very interesting like place to be in. Like what sort of value do you provide to your audience from like a knowledge and wisdom standpoint, or like an encouragement standpoint, or teaching them about like lessons or things that you've learned or mistakes that you've made and opening up about it for them to receive it, versus just like making content and like that's all you really do. But I think it has to go hand in hand. Like you have to provide them with something entertaining and weave those messages throughout.
Vlogging is a super powerful way that can be done. And honestly, part of the reason that this brand is so big, because it does have a meaning behind it. Like, I'll just use KSI as an example because he's the only one that comes to mind right now. But even PewDiePie, their videos, they sit in front of a computer, they observe, review, commentate on content. Besides an entertainment value vertical, the viewer's not really getting anything out of that. It's 15 minutes of your day wasted. You probably didn't learn much. You probably weren't motivated to do anything. You probably weren't inspired. And
you're possibly inspired to you're gaining viewership to like harass other people and put other people down.
Their content is so negative and so hate filled that I think channels like that, like I just disagree with.
I want to play devil's advocate on it for 1 second, just because like I don't want to gang up on him. I think
on who
on anybody on both KSI and PewDiePie. I think one of the things he's coined on for a while was providing entertainment and a way to forget about your day. So I don't think everything has to be value based.
I was halfway through my thought.
No, I know, but we're sitting here talking about PewDiePie, who's one of the biggest creators in the world. I think people watch his content because he's entertaining, and I don't think everything needs to provide a value at all.
No, you're
times.
absolutely right. And by the way,
you're right.
Is the reason he's the biggest in the world, because a lot of people don't want to be inspired or motivated. They're cool with their 9 to 5.
And they want to forget about their problems. They want to sit and watch somebody bullshit for 15 minutes and enjoy it.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah,
I love the same. I watch movies. How much am I really gaining from movies? But with vlogging, what I was saying is, it is a look on a human's life, and you and I specifically, I'm very fucking transparent. And man, if I grew up watching someone vlog and go through the shit we've been through, I wonder what kind of person I would be, because I didn't know you could like travel outside Ohio and like do
I didn't know
things
either.
across
I
the
wish
ocean
I watched someone
till I was 18.
Yeah, I wish I watched someone that like that was that inspiration, or like showed me all of these things that are out there, or made mistakes on camera so that I could like learn from them and like see the world for myself. So that's why I think in my content I like, again, like I try to do it as much as I can and actually provide value or make it feel like my fans are part of the community and like a part of something fun and a part of the movement. Because to me it's a movement and to me it's super fun. So yeah, I mean it's a fine balance because you can't just be like be positive and like go win and you're gonna chase your dreams, like, because then they won't want to hear that. Like kids don't want to sit and watch TED Talks all the time, you know?
Yep.
I want to do a fun segment. I had some fans send in some voice memos, and they want to ask you some questions. This is always fun. I haven't done this in a while. This is from Ashlyn Canny. Hashtag Ask Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Wait a second. Volume, technical problems. Here we go.
How do you get your hair to look so good?
Yeah. What's up with that, guy?
Good question.
I feel like sometimes my hair looks really bad. Like it's either good, it's either on point, or it's like Donald Trump hair. It has its days, but I do have this like one gel that is literally the only gel that I can use in my hair. Like it's like the perfect
you use product.
Yeah,
you look like a real life cartoon character because of your hair, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but thanks.
This is from Appellant Sky 07.
Yo, this question is to Mike and Logan. Guys, did you guys that day bang Riley raid? I really want to know that, bro.
My bad.
I don't know. We get asked. There's no question I get asked, and I knew nothing about this. There's no question I get asked more than this. It is my
I
inbox.
didn't even hear what the question was.
Did you guys
bang Riley
tag
Reid?
team Riley Reid?
This question is every DM in my inbox all day.
No way.
Every DM in my inbox,
that
and I've
wasn't a
never
Jake
once
question.
given any kind of like answer to it.
This is
ever, dude. You know what I'm saying?
This is Brittany Williams.
Hey guys, so my name's Brittany. I just wanted to ask, so I'm a high school chemistry teacher and I know Jake hates high school teachers. So what could I do to help my students who are more creatively minded to feel like they're learning something for a purpose and not grow up to hate me? Thanks. Love the podcast.
Hey, we love you, Brittany.
That was a great question.
That was a great question.
Nice
I
volume.
want to clarify and say that I don't hate high school teachers.
Have you ever said that you?
Well, you do have that one song.
I have a song that goes, "My teachers never taught me that." Which,
that's right.
Which is the basis of it. It's like I do feel like a lot of teachers are very cut and dry, and they teach this and that's all they teach is like you're gonna learn 4 + 4. But I'm not gonna help you emotionally. I'm not gonna go above and beyond or teach you anything that where like this can apply in like real life. So yeah, I would say like Brittany, if you can like give kids like value with something in the real life, whether it's emotionally or maybe each day in your class, you let them have an open conversation with each other about where the world is at, where the society is at, like so that their minds can start to like expand into other things or like even talking or like even I don't know, like there's just so much I would do to change the education system.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it goes into the curriculum that you're working with. Like you're very limited. A lot of schools don't allow teachers to teach these things. You have to stick to a program to prepare kids for a test because your school gets graded and funded based on how well some of these tests go.
Yeah.
I think a big thing that I've learned because I'm working a lot with education and on a documentary about it, 95% of learning happens while you're teaching. So our educational system right now is structured for teachers. So I think the suggestion to any teacher out there is, like Jake said, be student-led, be student-focused. Let your students do the teaching. Let your students lead and don't try to push them along as fast as you can and accomplish as many things in a short period of time.
From Bruce.
Do you think that you would have a chance against Logan in a boxing fight?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What makes you so fucking sure?
I think I would win.
Oh my god.
Shoosh.
I said it.
You heard it here
I
first.
I said it on the day when I watched you fight against KSI. I think I that night I would have beat KSI with where we were both at.
You want that KSI fight bad.
Yes.
You really do.
But-
I didn't
but-
even know this till last night, and
but-
you started talking about it last
Yeah.
night. You
But-
hate that motherfucker, dude.
I just think I would have so much to prove. Like if we fought, like I would like have so much to prove. Just like you would be like, oh, I can't lose to my little brother.
No, I don't give a fuck.
But
I'm just like, bro,
wants
like,
views.
I can, like, let me paint a picture. The only reason the fight against KSI was in contention was because I got tired. No one can, not a single person on planet Earth can tell me he's a better boxer or fighter than me. Not a single person. I got tired and that was it. I gassed out. Imagine if that doesn't happen. I'm not losing.
You're gonna win.
I'm not losing. Like, that's a bold statement, Jake. I'm just saying, guy. Like,
Is there any way we could settle it? Like, right?
we've never sparred. We've never sparred. We've never even sparred because
Maybe like arm wrestling.
I'm just worried, bro. Like, I grew up with you, and like when I say like, oh, I'm an animal, I'm a beast, whatever. I also know you are, and it's almost like I'm seriously concerned about our health.
yeah, if we were to fight,
Because unless one of us gets knocked out, I'm not sure it would end.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's not the move, man. People don't want to see it. I mean, some people obviously.
people
people
want to
love
see it. We don't want to
Do
see
you guys
it.
want to see it happen? And comment who you think would win.
All right, there we go.
they're all gonna say you. Like just like even like KSI's fans are like, yeah, Jake would like he barely beat that team. Like
Do they have a
they're never
pipe,
gonna
too?
believe in me. They're never gonna be like,
Is that what his fans look like?
no, that.
Could you give me like one more of those?
Bro,
really quick?
when they were chasing after us in a Rolls Royce, they were like smoking cigs. Like
Yeah, they did.
that's KSI's fan base. Like I literally, we like the kid like threw a cigarette at it, like at
It's
the
true.
press
It's-
conference.
it's bad.
And they had knives, bro. Like
Yeah.
so that's what they look like.
This is from Dwayne Jr.
There we go.
What do you think about Mike? I mean, I love the podcast and all, but Mike.
Yeah, I actually like wanted to address it. I feel like people I see like I've seen comments where they're like, oh, like Mike this, Mike that on the podcast. But I think you guys are a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
For
have,
the
we have a
podcast.
great balance.
So I don't get why. Yeah, I don't. So Dwayne, I disagree with you.
I think he was just asking what you think. I think a lot of times we've talked about this before. I think there's a lot of younger kids. They're like, we don't like Mike. He talks about drinking and all that, doing the kissing and sex stuff and with girls and all that stuff. And so they're like, the 14-year-olds hate me, dude. The 12-year-olds hate me. But whenever there's like a 26-year-old, they're like, yo, we fuck with this dude. Whenever there's a 28-year-old, they're like, we fuck with
Yeah, I
this dude.
feel
Like
you.
I get the DMs all day. And they're like, yo, love the energy. But the young kids, bro, I've never been able to create that like cringe, like, welcome back to Impulsive, guys. Today is going to be the first show where we address Ryan's toy time. So stay tuned. All right. Yeah. It's always just about like, yo, this is who the fuck I am. If you don't like it, suck my dick. I don't care. And that's how it's going to be, bro, until the day it kicked off the show for doing something wrong. Like straight up, bro. End of story.
I like how you ruffle the feathers too. Like you don't say things that we all agree with, and that makes it fun, bro.
Yeah, of
that means we're
course,
talking about
bro.
good, juicy stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Lewis Noon.
So yeah, in summary, I fucking hate you. What? Nothing. Lewis
that?
Noon.
This question is from Lewis Noon.
When you think about it deeply, why do men have nipples? Like, we don't feed babies.
When you think about it deeper, why do men have nipples? Because we don't have babies or we don't feed them.
Like we're not
Whoa,
breastfeeding.
I want to hear Jake's answer on
Yeah.
this.
Why-
Badly.
yeah.
Why do we got nipples?
I'm not a cat, Jack. Can you milk me?
What the fuck did you just say?
Meet the parents.
Man, that's what I've never seen you this confused.
I'm stumped. I'm stumped.
Congrats, you stumped Jake Paul.
This question is from Madeline.
Oh, let's go.
Hey Jake, I was just wondering, do you actually care about your fans?
Oh,
Who is this, Madeline?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, of course. I think I do a lot of work on like communicating with my fans. I go into group chats on Twitter. I'm always trying to respond to them. I try to do 15 minutes a day where I'm like going and like favoriting their tweets and stuff like that.
Oh, for real?
But yeah, I love them. I love the Jake Paulers. And I think they love me. I hope you guys love me.
I had an incident this weekend in Vegas. I don't know if you guys remember the story I told about how I took a picture with the girl and I reached accidentally when I went to put my hand around her, I reached my fingers through her hair.
Yeah, you shook her head.
This is happening often now. It's becoming a serious problem.
Really?
Every fucking girl that I like try to be like amicable and friendly and put my arm around, I end up in their hair, bro. And it's always the curly like pasta ramen hair. That shit just catches hands.
You get locked in.
Yeah, I get locked in. I just feel so bad. Anyways, this question is from
I care about my fans off of the pasta hair.
Can I tag on that really quick
yes.
too? Is there anything that your fans do that annoys the shit out of you or pisses you off? Like where do they go too far?
Yeah.
Or
why
or
would
just-
somebody
yeah.
why would somebody think that you don't care about your fans?
I think those are two questions.
Okay.
Two different, your question's
Blend
great
them
too.
together. Blend them together, right?
I think like people try. I think fans sometimes try to live my life for me. I see their sometimes I see their like opinions on things, and I think they're just stuck sometimes in their opinions and they don't understand like real life necessarily. Sometimes like a couple of the fans in my fandom like don't like these two people that I hang out with for whatever reason. I don't even know why, but I see comments about it and it's like, you don't know them. You also like, you know me online, but like you also don't like know me in real life. You don't know what I need in real life. You don't know who's supporting me in real life. Like, and I've been through a lot of shit and like, I'm good at figuring out like who to be around. And so sometimes, I guess to summarize that, like just fans try to live my life for me sometimes.
That's funny.
It's tough. And I think it's because they care. And that's why I don't get mad. They care so much about me, which is why like I love them. But sometimes like, I feel like it can be complicated for sure.
Yeah. I've noticed that a little bit too, with some of his fans and or I guess our fans now are fans of the show, especially some of the younger ones, once again, that want to make or like dictate like how things should be or like what my role is or what Spencer's role is without having any understanding of like the environment or the landscape of what we do to support each other. And that stresses me out too.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
This question is from Mark. Mark smiles, by the way. That's real positive.
That's
guy.
nice,
Yeah,
dude.
Mark.
Way to be.
Heck yeah.
Yo, I only have one question for Jake on the #1 podcast in the world. Yo, Jake, are you good, bro? Not seriously, behind the scenes, behind the camera, are you good?
I'm good.
Thank you, big fan.
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling. Yeah. I kind of opened up about like this in a recent video, but yeah, the past like year and a half, even 2 years, like has just been like it's been like a fucking uphill battle from what it feels like to like people falling out of my life to going through shit to like to stepping away from the camera as much and like actually finding myself as like a person off camera to falling in love for the first time to being in a breakup for the first time to these lawsuits as aforementioned. And yeah, it's a lot and doing it all in the public eye, but yeah, I'm good. And I finally feel like just now I'm kind of like finally like all that weight and all the shit that was holding me back is like now at an end. And now I can actually like revamp and like go up and to the right again versus just like trudging through shit.
It's a good answer, bro. Mom tells me you're stressed sometimes.
Yeah, she gets worried about you.
She calls
me sometimes too, even, believe it or not.
Why does she call you guys?
Because she's worried about you.
Yeah.
I had to sit her down the other day and
why does she call you, Mike?
She does something more for him, but sometimes she'll ask about you too.
She asked about you and then she asked about me. And I had to just tell her, I was like, Ma, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Very fortunate to not suffer from anxiety, depression. Rarely am I ever like sad per se. Maybe it's because of that prefrontal cortex thing. But she's often extremely worried about you. And she says you're like losing sleep some nights and stuff.
I I think specifically last week I was filming the music video and like sleeping 3 hours a day, and I was like, I'm stressed. But she's at work. She always, I mean, you know, mom, she like gets super worried about everything. But yeah, no, like that. There's definitely been moments, and like the breakup thing was like super hard. So like that was like going through like my very first love and like the first like real breakup. That was definitely like super difficult. But I definitely do have anxiety, which is like it's like weird to deal with. But yeah, I don't know.
There we are back at that term again, and it feels natural. I know you're still going with the questions,
this
but
is
at
it.
least to hit it quickly. I've seen you open up quite a bit about anxiety in your content, which I absolutely love, and I've been very open about my anxiety as well. And I bet you that if we did a scan on my brain, there would be similar white dots of overactivity, because I'm sure the two are heavily correlated.
The overactivity is correlated to the anxiety, because you start to think, right, and you never stop thinking.
How have you been lately with the anxiety? Has it been better, worse?
I think it's just like it's kind of like it's more like days versus like periods of time. It's more like that day will be like crazy or whatever. I find that like if I'm not working out as much, then it like gets worse for sure. But I feel like I don't know if this is like wrong to say, but I feel like a lot of people have anxiety. Even
100% right.
Even like I think it's very rare like that you don't have it.
Me too, dude.
All. Like,
me too.
Yeah,
like,
huge.
Yeah.
And by the way, so I think like you probably do in certain scenarios, right?
No, never.
So
I get stressed.
Right.
I do not have anxiety.
I think there's a very fine line between the two.
I think. I wonder what the actual like dictionary definition is before I like speak on it.
Well, he looks that up. I think the big
because a lot of my anxieties are, I would say, is coincided with stress.
The difference between them is that stress is a response to a threat in a situation. Anxiety is a reaction to the stress. So I can get stressed and like it ends there. Like I've figured out how to handle it. I buckled down. Anxiety, according to this, is I'm stressed. How am I reacting to it? Am I going to go in my room and cry? Am I going to reach out to someone? What do I need to do therapeutically to help me in this situation?
I think you're right. I think everyone has anxiety. But I think at one point it gets to like a level where it actually, like for me and you, actually starts to affect your life. Like you're doing certain things that you wouldn't be doing, or you're more so not doing things that you would be doing if you didn't have anxiety. Is there I think like I've found that some of the fans of this show, and I'm sure your fans are so excited to hear us talking about this because it's stuff that they deal with and it's very stressful for them. Is there like any piece of advice that you could give to a fan watching and like really look at the camera and say it to one of your fans about how you can cope with anxiety?
I mean, I think like fitness is like a great thing, like that clears your mind, or like even like meditation, or like just sitting and like taking 5 minutes to yourself where you just like breathe and like clear your mind. And letting it fuel you, like let the anxiety fuel you to like do what you want to do. Like when I get anxieties, like a lot of times it's cured by like me doing something creative or going out and like making myself a better person. So let it fuel you to get better in other ways, or just to like self improve.
Have you ever had a panic attack?
No. Like anxiety attack?
I think there's a difference between the two of those, because I have anxiety attacks.
Have you had a panic attack?
I've never had a panic attack. A panic attack, I think, is like a detrimental situation.
It's debilitating. Like
like you're going down, dude. Yeah.
One thing, building off your point too, I think with exercising, fitting these things in. One thing I see with a lot of people who are on their mental health journey, just because like, as kids, we never were developed to understand mental health and how to cope with things. I mean, we were, but it was never the focus in school. Like, it's like, get this done, get a grade, and move on, keep going. And I think one of the biggest things is have realistic expectations too, with like don't think that your anxiety is just going to be cured from one day in the gym. Like one session meditating and you're like, oh, I can't quiet my mind. This isn't for me. Like anything, it takes work. And I think that's the thing that we really missed as a society.
Yeah, bro.
In this country.
Sure.
We never outside of, I think that's why all of us were athletic to some degree, where we have that schedule and that
ethic,
regimen. But the kids that didn't have that, you really don't have that regimen outside of studying. You know, and studying isn't something you like.
I do have a qualm with one thing you said.
Let's hear it.
With all of us
Let's get into it.
at this table being athletic.
Ooh.
What exactly?
I'm an older man now, but at one point I was a power forward, played basketball for
real?
For 8 years.
Oh,
I
great.
played baseball. I was intramurals all-star league for baseball
in
for a long
the
time.
intramurals?
Yeah.
Mike's,
I mean, listen, like,
I give this to Mike. Mike's a good cyclist too.
I knew that.
And
He
I'll
is.
burn any motherfucker.
Yeah.
I
I was
knew
biking
that.
with him.
I'm just beat up, bro. I went through 10 years of severe trauma.
And you got like 4 rods
I've got
in every part
rods,
of your body.
pins, everything, bro. I'm a mess, dude.
This question is from Naftali. Brandman.
What would you do if you get more subscribers than Logan?
You're close, bro. You are closing in on me, guy.
I feel like I'm not that close, am I?
Nah, you are.
What
You
would
know
I
why?
do if I got more
You guys were
subscribers
talking
than
about this over dinner last night.
This
got a little. It's got a little real, little emotional. No, I didn't get emotional. I made that up.
Fuck, Spencer.
Maybe.
No, I literally said like, literally, that's not my goal.
I got
like, it's dope and like, it's like, I've like thought about it before or whatever, and like I like put it into my content like as like a fun thing, like let's pass Logan and subscribers, and like it's like a fun thing, but I wouldn't do it like anything. I don't think. I mean, it's like we're brothers at the end of the day, and like if I pass you and then 2 years from now you pass me, or you're past me on every other platform, so it's like I'm at least here to build in this industry together with you.
Me too. And I think when I came to that realization after we had both immensely failed and made massive mistakes, and I was like, this is stupid, because this is the person that is always going to have my back. And by the way, I can always trust and count on. That was a big turning point in my life. So yeah, the numbers also to me they are irrelevant. How often, kind of relating the last two topics, how often, if at all, are you getting anxiety or stress because you're not hitting a certain quota when it comes to subscribers or views? Does that affect you at all?
Yeah. Where does your anxiety derive from normally?
That's super deep. I don't even know. I think it's from a multitude of things. I think it's from like a lot of different areas. I can't like pinpoint it to like one major thing.
By the way,
it's like, if I put a video out and like I really love it and it like doesn't do as well, like I'll be like, damn, but I don't know if that's like where the anxiety comes from. I think for me more so right now, the anxiety as far as a YouTube standpoint is walking this fine line of like my audience is super young and like I don't want to make like super cringy shit, but like I also like want to be myself, but I also do want to be like one of the biggest YouTubers, and so you have to like kind of play in all three of those fields. Like there's certain things that you have to do to grow your fan base, or there's certain things like, I don't know. It's just complicated, but I don't know if I can pinpoint where exactly the anxieties come from. I think, again, I keep mentioning it, I think a lot of it came from like just a cumulative like last 2 years of like just trudging through shit and feeling like it was like an uphill.
You almost out? Are you almost out of the shit?
Yes.
How close are you?
Like
percentage.
I don't know. Like I'm like 80% of the way through.
Really?
75%.
I got a
maybe.
while. I got another year, I think, before I can confidently say I am out of the shit. How have my mistakes affected your career? And your? It's a big question.
It's a big question.
Yeah.
A lot.
Way, I know way more than
The
vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, like the week that I don't know. There's been a lot. Like it's like from working with like brands to just like a general like persona to just like our names in general. Like I always get lumped in like when you guys like said the thing about like going gay in March, like I all of a sudden out of nowhere get lumped into all of that and stuff like that. But I think it's made a big impact, like from a business standpoint. Like it's the same thing that you deal with. It's the same shit that you deal with. Like
just you also, man, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I guess. I mean, we're here together. We started together. We're gonna die together.
That's true.
Listen,
anytime.
Yeah, go
I was just gonna say. You just said we're gonna die together, bro. Anytime we do any sort of road trip or we're on the same plane, I'm so nervous, bro. I want to die together, bro. So can we live for a little bit longer?
Yeah,
please?
no, we should do that for sure.
I'm so nervous.
I think it will. I think for us, it's like it's just weird because like we find ourselves in controversies, but like it's we've learned so much and like we've become super good people from the mistakes that we've made. But now people still want to like loop us into there and just like add to the shit list of stuff. But yeah, I think like time will heal that for us for sure.
I was gonna say too before. I think every one of those controversies has become just a little block that pushes you in a different direction to do something differently and to start doing things better. You know what I'm saying? I think both you guys have become better people. And if you can't look at Logan and look at you and say that confidently that you guys aren't the people that jumped on the van or the people that did the things that he did wrong, then you have to start looking at yourself and saying, what is it that I'm doing wrong, or how am I looking at the situation incorrectly? Because I know both you guys, and you guys are dramatically different people from when I met you both, 3+ years ago. And so I think at some point you have to draw the line. You have to say some of these people have no longer become critics and have become haters. And I think I wanted to ask you that too. How do you deal with haters, dude, that have no real qualm? They have no real problem with you outside of the fact that maybe you're successful, maybe you hooked up with their girlfriend, like whatever it is, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up. And maybe that is a real qualm. So let's not do that one. But like just haters. Like how do you deal with haters?
I think you deal with haters by not dealing with them.
Look at that.
Just don't even address them.
It's just a rabbit hole. Like you're never gonna win. You just have to like keep on doing you and keep on doing what you feel is right and keep on doing what makes you happy. And that will shine through all of that. And people eventually like won't have anything to say if you just keep on winning.
Or maybe they'll have more to say, because what if that's why they're mad in the first place?
That is why they're mad though. But like at some point, like if you just are winning, and like the Paul brothers are gonna still be winning 3 years from now, like that's a fact. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what at one point are they just like, well, man, that was my 40th tweet talking shit. Like,
it doesn't seem to be working.
I just paid $10 for this fight that went to their wallets. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like you said.
I don't know.
Like you said, it's kind of like that rabbit hole, like going down that. Like I resonate, like going down the flat Earth rabbit hole. Like there's just a lot that you just don't know, and it's not worth going down it.
I already said it. You want to get it out of the way? You're gonna ask him.
What?
I was just because I want to. I'll ask you that in a sec. But I was just gonna say real quick. I actually don't believe in haters. It's a thought I kind of literally just came up with just now. But I think I'm gonna stand by it for a minute because I can't remember the last time I've referred to anyone disdaining me as a hater. I've never been like, well, they're just haters.
I hate that term.
I don't believe in haters, dude. I think it's ignorance. Sure, you can dislike someone, but I can't imagine. I bet 0.0001% of the population is fulfilled with hating, true hate.
I think it's a term though. Like I don't know that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but everything's a term.
No, but I don't think that anyone necessarily. Well, I guess some people with you guys have seen massive, like people literally.
Bro, people fucking.
It's bad.
But I don't think it's, bro. I don't think it's. And I only say this because, like, yo, you know this in real life. How many people are saying shit?
Oh my God, none.
How many people are actually like hating? If someone came up to me and was like, "I fucking hate you," that's never happened. Yeah, and it's not ever gonna.
The only time,
No, it has.
the only time
a
that
couple times.
The only time that happens,
when we were at that park that one time. Remember with that girl?
She didn't say I fucking hate you. She was disdaining me for the mistake I made.
Oh, okay.
In Japan, and I said,
"You just sent her some love."
I killed her with kindness. I go, "Yo, ma'am, I understand what I did was extremely wrong, and I understand that it upset you. I'm just here to tell you I love you, and I hope you have a phenomenal day." Immediately disarmed her. I had never done this before in my life. Turning point. She goes, she was yelling at me about the Japan thing, and I was in my car, and she was like, kind of putting me in my place, and immediately disarmed her. She did not expect that, and she was like, "What you did was wrong, and you're a sick human." I go, I understand. I get all of it, and you're warranted. I just want to say I love you. Have a great day.
Oh no. She's like, fuck.
She goes,
"Thank you."
Yeah, thanks, you too.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, kill him with kindness.
it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See,
I don't
it's
believe
so-
in haters. I think it's ignorance.
See, it's so hard when the coin is flipped, like those kids at the casino last night. Because we see that, and like he always tries to take that route where he like is like cool with it or whatever. But when it's happening to your boy, like whenever somebody says something to him and I'm there, I fucking lose my shit, bro.
Here's why.
Like they always say shit when they're 4,000 feet away. Like they'll walk past us face to face, nothing, until they're just almost out of sight, and it's like, bitch. And I always turn around. I'm like, I yell. I'm like, yo, literally come back and say it. Like, say it to us.
I told Mike two things
closely, bro.
I told Mike, you deal with this too. Just the people, by the way, always passerbys 100 feet away. I said either A, don't say anything, or B, beat the shit out of them. There's no in between. Like it's either we're gonna go handle this like I was raised to handle things in Ohio, or don't give them what they're looking for.
But Spencer said though that I think the ideal situation is you're able to. Saying this, lure them in a little bit so that maybe they do attack first, and then we're rightfully able to beat the shit out of them.
By the way, I'll never.
You just said like I think he's like in between.
Lure them in.
Yeah.
But that's what they want though.
Yeah,
they want to get the shit kicked out of them?
No, they want a reaction from you, which is why you don't deal with it.
That's why you don't give them the reaction. If you do, you give them a good one.
It's just hard when it's a good one. It's just hard.
By the
when
way,
it's your
I just want to
boy,
say
dude.
before this gets cut by the review team, I will never ever, and I've said this before, hit someone, attack someone, ever. But if I ever get attacked, something will happen.
It's going down.
Something will happen, and the beast will be unleashed. Jake Paul.
I agree with that.
This question's from Olivia Francis.
What got you the idea to make your merch line Rise and Be Original?
Oh, yeah.
For RNBO.
The clothes you're wearing. The rainbow.
March 8th coming out. RNBO, shop rnbo.com. So I'm really into fashion. And I don't show it as a lot, and I don't have as much time as I'd love to like be more into it. However, I think my creative expression for it to show that I'm into fashion is this clothing line, and for me it was like super exciting, and I wanted to create something that that you necessarily don't have to be a Jake Paul fan to want to be able to rock. Logan would never be seen wearing my merch ever in his life. And I FaceTimed him the other day and I saw that he had an RNBO shirt on. And to me, that's the exact thing. Like, that's cool. That's like the epitome of what I wanted to create. And this brand is like just starting out. There's so many big plans and things that we have on the roadmap for it. But I wanted it to be able to become something that like isn't just like you don't have to be a fan of Jake Paul to wear. I think this brand will surpass like Jake Paul in the social stature. In the social stature, like the goal is like for the haters to be wearing it one day, and I think they will. I think they will.
Raymond Marzouk. By the way, I'm doing so many questions because I think they lead to good discussions. I realized this last time. And by the way, welcome to the longest podcast
in the history of the world.
How long have we been here?
4.5 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
2 hours.
How long, Brett?
No, longer than that.
2 hours, right?
2 on the dot?
I told you we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you are still here and you didn't do skip through. You're a true fan.
No, for real. You'd be surprised. I don't know about this one. They've never gone this long. But yeah, question from Raymond Marzel.
I don't have any questions, but I like Logan more than you. Logan forever. Yay.
It's kind of fucked up that I played
Gotta
that.
let that one resonate.
He just played this fucking stupid guy.
Do you choose these?
No, I don't choose these.
What do you mean you didn't choose them? They're sitting on your desktop.
Yeah, you strategically chose
How else
all
would
of
I play
those.
them? How else would I play them?
They're random completely.
Okay.
Yeah, they're completely
They're
random.
completely random.
You guys should clean this mic.
No, hey, shut the fuck up. We got 2 more. Sadra Matala.
My question for both Logan and Jake is, do you guys have any plans to work together in the future? Maybe go on tour together, release some music together, make a new series together, and please vlog more together.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think we touched on it briefly. Like, I think there's definitely will be music in the future. We're working on a couple of business things behind the scenes together. And yeah, I know we're both like going back into making more content on YouTube, and so I think there'll definitely be more vlogs together.
Big facts. Last one, I got ZMB Better asked this question.
Hey, yo, my question is, how big is your dick? Bye.
Oh, that is a good question.
Nice salutation at the end, too. How big is your dick by? See ya.
Oh, God.
You want to try to answer this? Or?
Like in comparison to that mic.
Yeah, comparison relationship maybe. Or comparison to your brothers. Somebody asked earlier, I think.
I don't know how to answer it. Like, I can't. I don't think I can answer that.
Yeah.
I've never measured it.
Or in miles.
Yeah, can you do it in miles? Break it down by.
I don't know. Again, this might have to get cut, but I will say that
when you say might have to get cut, who exactly do you think is going to make that decision?
Probably
Are you talking about your penis or the podcast?
We don't cut much here, man. I'll be honest with you.
No, but I'm leaving this to the review team, guys. If you're watching this in the first,
Why don't you put it in inches here, and we'll figure it out.
No,
in miles.
I don't know. What I was gonna say is, like 95% of the time when I hook up with a girl afterwards or during and like before, they're like, "Wow, your dick is huge."
Nice, man.
Yo, I know you're not lying because I have girls. Some of the girls that I've been with have friends that have been with you, and they say their friends tell them, and they obviously tell the girl who tells me. Anyways, good shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Do you have any girls that would know both?
All right, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Impaulsive.
Can we do something about flat Earth really quick? Because we touch on it.
What shape is the Earth?
I don't give a shit.
Wow, first person to say that. Also,
You don't give a single shit.
also,
Not one.
Also, first person, maybe the first person to have seen the trailer.
For the Flat Earth documentary.
Yeah, it's fire.
It is
It is
so fucking close to coming to
Mike's. He's biased. It's great, but also like it's your first big thing, guy. So like,
no, we're both equally excited about it. Be honest. You're
no, I'm not.
You have called it, quote unquote,
the greatest thing I've ever made. Doesn't mean I'm like.
Oh, you're not excited about that?
I am, but bro, I'm so numb to shit.
Here's
like
what will happen
it's
next.
another.
Shut the cameras down. I put your head through that fucking wall.
Great. Thanks for watching this episode of Impaulsive, guys. We freaking love you. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're going to do an audio-only Q&A right now with Jake. I know it's been long, but...
we missed one thing, too. I'm sorry. One more thing. There's a girl. I had a lot of people that wanted to talk about Erica.
That's what we're going to do in the audio-only Q&A.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to drive these listens.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys didn't.
I guess audio only. I guess people have to listen to it.
iTunes, Spotify. Hit up those listens. Jake,
Smart.
thank you, Jake Paul.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, dude.
Man, we love you, Jake.
Let's go. And also shouts to Brad for monitoring the lights
hours,
and for sitting here for 9 hours. True. We love you, Brad.
Goat.
Love you,
Brad's
Brad.
our BTS guy. You guys can follow Jake on social media at Logan Paul. Audio only Q&A right now. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.